and presented by Chippewa Valley Community Television. The audio for this program can be heard on WRFP LP 101.9 FM.
Chippewa Valley Community Television presents Your Local Race. Meet the Candidates 2016.
Hi, I'm CTV News Director Bob Brown, and this is another in our continuing series of candidate interviews. Today we're speaking with Eau Claire County Board candidate Kasey Grams, who's vying for the seat in District 16. District 16 is in the area just west of downtown Eau Claire. Kasey, welcome. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Why don't we start by having you sort of introduce yourself to the voters, and this is your first time running for public office, I understand?
Yes, it is.
Why now? Why the Eau Claire County Board?
Okay, well, I grew up outside of Augusta, so lived most of my life in Eau Claire County. I moved to Minneapolis for college and then to obtain my law degree and MBA from the University of St. Thomas. So I was in Minneapolis for about 9 years, got a position in a corporate legal company here in town, so moved back to Eau Claire at that time. Since then, I moved into private practice, first on my own, and now I'm an associate attorney with Bilski & Associates in Osseo, practicing mostly criminal defense. Outside of that, I play rugby for a women's team in Minneapolis called the Minnesota Valkyries, and I coach UW Eau Claire women's rugby with a couple other really great coaches, which for why I'm running for Eau Claire County Board is, growing up, my family instilled a deep sense of public service and responsibility towards community service, and that was a principle that was echoed at the University of St. Thomas during my education there. So I've always felt a push towards public service and towards using my particular talents in that. And I feel that county board would just be an excellent way for me to make a difference for the citizens of Eau Claire County.
Okay. In addition to your training, what kind of personal qualities do you think you bring to the board that will be helpful in their deliberations and actions? Well,
in obtaining my MBA and my law degree, I became adept at looking at issues from different angles and from different perspectives, which I think is helpful in the county board in seeing the different perspectives of each of the issues that are brought up and being able to make an informed decision from those issues. I also have just a real interest in learning what the residents of my district are looking for from the county board, and then figuring out a way to bring that to the county board in order to make sure that my residents have a say in what's going on at the county level.
Okay, all right. Now, each member of the county board serves on at least one and sometimes as many as 3 of the standing committees. Based on your own personal interests, have you thought about what committees you might like to serve on if you get elected to the board, and which ones would be particularly interesting to you?
Yeah, I have considered that. 2 that would be particularly interesting to me would be, first of all, the Judiciary Committee, because I'm an attorney and because I spend a lot of time in the court system in a lot of different counties. Those criminal issues that come up in the Judiciary Committee are of particular interest in me, and figuring out how to ultimately lower the crime rates in Eau Claire County are important to me as well. The second one is the Human Services Board, and serving on that. I spend a lot of time either representing clients who have children and families affected by my clients' acts, or spending time representing children and families. And so I've seen the work that Human Services caseworkers put into their jobs, and it's a tough job. So I want to empower them to be able to perform their jobs and to be able to assist these children and families as much as possible.
Okay. Now, the county board gets involved in a wide variety of kinds of issues. Are there any particular issues right now, or do you foresee coming up in the next couple of years that will be of particular interest to the residents of District 16?
Of District 16 in particular, as you know, it's a big parks district. Carson Park being the largest park in Eau Claire and in our district, and so I think something important to the residents of my district is just maintaining the park system and allowing the public to utilize those parks in the best way possible. I particularly live in the Randall Park neighborhood, which is a very historical neighborhood, and I know that the neighborhood association there and many of our residents are interested in preserving the authenticity of the neighborhood, especially with new developments that are occurring around the neighborhood. So I think those are two particularly interesting topics that will continue to be of interest of the people in my district over the next couple of years.
Okay. Can you think of any actions the county board has taken in recent years that you found yourself strongly supportive of in particular?
In recent years, the county board, in particular, the Judiciary Committee, began the Criminal Justice Collaboration Council, and also the meth task force. I think is very recent, within the last year and a half or so. And these, obviously, due to my profession and to the people that I see every day, are of particular interest in me. The crime rate in Eau Claire and the drug use rate in Eau Claire is it's astounding, and has been increasing. And so I think that Eau Claire County is doing a great job of trying to head this off and trying to ultimately reduce the drug use rate, which will reduce crimes, it will reduce instances of citizens being involved in human services, and overall will impact the county really greatly if some of these initiatives become very successful.
Okay. Now I want to flip that question a little bit. Actions the board has taken in recent times that you had strongly opposed to?
I can't think of anything in particular that I've been strongly opposed to, but I have had a lot of conversations with people both in the city of Eau Claire and outside of the city of Eau Claire about the Confluence Project and about the county's funding of the Confluence Project. And so I've realized that that's a very polarizing issue, which, regardless of my personal opinion about it, and I'm a big arts supporter, so I'm very happy about this project. I understand that there are a wide variety of opinions on that. And I think that that's something that I can bring to the county board, is my ability to look at those perspectives and then explain why my vote would be what it is on these polarizing issues that come up in the future.
Okay. Now, the county board, like virtually all local units of government in recent years, has seen state and federal funding for their responsibilities, cut almost virtually every year. In light of those kinds of fiscal constraints, do you have any suggestions for the board or new ideas that you could bring in terms of how to deal with what the board wants to get done under those kinds of fiscal challenges?
I think that funding continues to be a very tough issue that doesn't have a great clear-cut answer. I think if there was, then the county would be implementing that or would be talking about that. So I think that it comes down to looking for more creative ways of funding, looking at partnering possibly with other municipalities, other counties, private organizations, when those initiatives closely match up with the initiatives of private organizations, and collaborating with them in order to find the funding. I think that the county has to look outside of the four corners of the budget in order to find these funding. And I wouldn't agree with cutting funding from necessary budgetary lines in order to come up with funding for new initiatives.
Okay. Well, I'm sure we could talk about issues from a lot longer than this, but the time's coming soon to wrap this up. So I was wondering if there's any final message about yourself, any ideas you want to make sure are in the minds of voters as they go to into the voting booth on April 5th that you want to share with them.
I just want to remind those people who are in my district or even outside of my district that I would love to have these conversations with what citizens in Eau Claire County are looking for from the county board. You can feel free to visit my website. It's KaseyGrams.com, or my Facebook page, Kasey Grams, Eau Claire County Board. It's got a phone number on there that you can call, as well as my email address. And I would be happy to have these conversations to make sure that I'm empowering my constituents to bring forth their ideas and issues to the county board.
Okay. Well, Kasey Grams, candidate for the District 16 seat on the Eau Claire County Board. Thanks for being with us today. And thank you, viewers, for watching. We hope you tune in to channel 994 on the local cable system for all of the county board interviews. And you can also find them on our Chippewa Valley Community Television website on demand anytime. So tune in and be informed, become an informed voter, and don't forget to go out and do your civic duty on April 5th. Thanks.
This program was recorded and presented by Chippewa Valley Community Television. Chippewa Valley Community Television is made possible by continuing community support. If you would like to volunteer or make a donation, you can contact us by calling 715-839-5067 or on the web at www.cvctv.org.